Hello everyone, I am Dreamshakes and welcome to the Shadow Character Guide. This is who you guys voted on me doing next, so we're going to get right into things and talk about Shadow's abilities. Shadow's abilities consist of the dash, which lets him quickly dash away to a far area from where he's at in a quick manner. His other ability consists of the block, which allows him to block an attack from Sonic.exe when timed right. So knowing Shadow's two abilities, you may ask, how do I use them? Shadow's dash is generally used for getting away or backing up behind your stunners. Shadow's block can allow him to block an attack from Sonic.exe, but it has to be timed right, and usually you can do this while he's chasing you. Oftentimes you're going to see someone who's playing Shadow probably looking out for themselves. He's not much of a team character given that his abilities just let him get away or block an attack in case he is being attacked, but you can still use this to help teammates out. Shadow's dash means he can quickly dash and sometimes even help revive other teammates who have been down and quickly get away to keep himself safe. This is actually very useful as it often will leave Sonic.exe not knowing where you're at while also helping get your teammate up. The dash can also allow you to get to some areas you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Using this, you can actually make it to some areas and probably keep Sonic.exe busy for a bit if he decides to keep chasing you, or you can get away from him entirely. His block is also something that you can use to help keep teammates safe in some scenarios, but overall you're probably not going to see many Shadow mains actually trying to use these abilities to help people, but those are two ways that you can. Shadow's placement belongs in the mid court, as he can be a good sub for Knuckles or Amy occasionally when he uses his block and then dashes back out to where he should be. In terms of the block, it can be used to help teammates, protect yourself, but people probably wonder, how do I hit my blocks? Best way I found to actually get your blocks off consists of two different ways. For one, sometimes you can just sit there and let him come to you, as he'll just go ahead and go for a hit if you're standing still. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. You have to be careful though, get the timing right because he is fast. The other way I found that actually sometimes works is if you're running in a straight line, a lot of the time Sonic will catch up to you and swing at you. You can actually block without facing Sonic.exe. So if you go for a block while he's running at you, you can actually a lot of the times get this off. Keep in mind though that the block will propel you back. So you better be ready to know what's behind you in case you do gotta start running that way, which you likely will because the Sonic's probably not gonna leave you after a simple block, but within time you can actually recharge your dash and get away. Shadow needs to stay in about the mid court or the back court. Most of the time I would suggest the mid court though, just so he can actually help out. If you get stuck in a chase with Sonic.exe for a while, I would just keep going until you can hopefully get your dash recharged. If not, then it is what it is, but I would recommend keeping him busy as long as possible and then dashing away and keeping yourself safe. Shadow's not someone who belongs on the front lines, and you should let your stunners do that work, but don't be one that just sits in the corner the whole round. It's not going to help the team at all. Shadow's not the best team player, but he can actually be when you play him right. Shadow doesn't have much to talk about, honestly. He's kind of a solo survival character in a lot of scenarios. He can be a good teammate, but honestly you're probably not going to see it much. And he also has one last ability to talk about. Shadow has a passive perk known as Nerves of Steel, which allows him to pick himself up after taking a hit in certain scenarios. This means that Shadow can sometimes just straight up pick himself up after Sonic.exe attempts to grab him, but you're probably not going to see Nerves of Steel come in that too often. This isn't the longest guide, as there's not much to talk about with Shadow compared to like Tails, where you can hit arm cannons to help teammates, but you can help block for teammates in some scenarios and take some of the pressure off of them. So try to do this if possible. Be a good teammate and not a solo Shadow. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you guys did enjoy this guide. Hope it was helpful. If I missed anything, leave it in the comments, and I will see you all in the next one.